For 6 years, the world believed they already knew the truth. Then, inside a Virginia courtroom, one of the most watched trials in history challenged nearly every assumption people had made. Millions watched live. Millions chose sides. But the courtroom wasn't deciding who had the perfect relationship. It was deciding whether defamation had occurred under U.S. law. How it began. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard met while filming The Rum Diary in 2009 and married in 2015. Less than 2 years later, their marriage ended publicly after Heard sought a restraining order and accused Depp of domestic abuse. Images of bruises and allegations spread rapidly across news outlets and social media. Depp denied the allegations. The accusations had immediate professional consequences. Major film roles disappeared. Studios distanced themselves. His reputation suffered worldwide. The Washington Post op-ed. In December 2018, Amber Heard published an opinion article in the Washington Post describing herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse. Although Johnny Depp was never named, Depp argued that readers understood the article to refer to him and that it falsely portrayed him as an abuser, damaging his career. In 2019, Depp filed a $50 million defamation lawsuit against Heard in Fairfax County, Virginia. Heard denied defaming him and filed a $100 million counterclaim, alleging Depp's attorney had falsely called her allegations a hoax. The trial that captivated the internet. The trial began in April 2022 and lasted 6 weeks. Unlike many high-profile cases, cameras were allowed inside the courtroom. Every testimony, every objection, every cross-examination was streamed live to millions of viewers around the world. The trial became one of the most watched legal proceedings in internet history, generating enormous discussion across YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and television. What the jury considered. This was not a criminal trial. No one faced prison. The jury's task was to decide whether specific statements met the legal standard for defamation. Because Depp was a public figure, he had to prove not only that the statements were false and defamatory, but also that they were made with actual malice. Meaning the speaker knew they were false or acted with reckless disregard for the truth. Over 6 weeks, jurors heard testimony from both Depp and Heard, as well as family members, friends, security personnel, medical professionals, and expert witnesses. They also reviewed text messages, photographs, audio recordings, financial records, and other evidence. The verdict. On June 1, 2022, after roughly 13 hours of deliberation over 3 days, the jury reached its decision. The jury found that Amber Heard had defamed Johnny Depp through 3 statements connected to the 2018 op-ed. Depp was awarded $10 million in compensatory damages. $5 million in punitive damages, later reduced to $350,000 under Virginia law. The jury also found that one statement made by Depp's former attorney, Adam Waldman, defamed Heard. Heard was awarded $2 million in compensatory damages. After the trial, both Depp and Heard appealed parts of the judgment. In December 2022, they reached a settlement. Heard agreed to pay Depp $1 million, which Depp said would be donated to charities, and both sides ended their appeals. Why the case still matters. The trial became more than a dispute between 2 celebrities. It sparked worldwide conversations about how defamation law applies to public figures, the influence of social media on public opinion, cameras in courtrooms, the balance between free speech and reputational harm, how allegations of abuse are discussed and evaluated in public. The case remains one of the most analyzed civil trials of the modern era, and people continue to debate both the legal outcome and its broader social impact. Closing. Whether people viewed the verdict as a victory for Depp, a setback for Heard, or simply the conclusion of a complex legal dispute, one fact is clear. The Depp vs. Heard trial changed how millions of people watched, discussed, and judged courtroom proceedings. And years later, the conversation still hasn't ended.
Coming next, Chapter 2, Inside the Courtroom, the Evidence, Witnesses, and the 6 weeks that captivated the world. This chapter will examine Depp's testimony, Heard's testimony. Audio recordings presented in court. Expert witnesses. Medical and psychological evidence. Digital evidence and text messages. Cross-examinations. The jury's evaluation of the evidence. Why the verdict ultimately favored Depp on his claims while also awarding Heard damages on one counterclaim.